Hello, everybody, and welcome to the wrist mobility sequence. So for this sequence, we are going to work on going through the range of motion of our wrist, trying to get a little bit more movement and mobility going. Wrist and hands tend to be a couple of places that we get a lot of tension and a lot of stress, and we start to lose a little bit of mobility because if we think about it, we spend a lot of time holding on to things, holding on to books, steering wheels, silverware, children, grandchildren, you name it, and we don't always spend a lot of time doing more opening sequences and doing things with our hands open. The most important thing to remember as we go through this sequence is this is not the sequence to try to push it. I don't want you pushing yourself even to mild discomfort like we normally would with some of the other sequences. I want you to find a range of motion that is not going to cause any pain or any discomfort, because this is an area that we want to be very gentle with. Another thing to think about is while we are doing this, we are going to be in a quadruped position, which means we are going to be on our hands and our knees. But I want you to think about most of your weight being back into your hips. I don't want you in a full quadruped with a lot of weight on your hands and wrists. We want to think about shifting our weight back into our hips and into our heels. So we're going to go ahead and start. I like my toes tucked under personally. Weight is a little bit more back in my hips and my heels, but I'm still trying to keep my shoulders over my wrists as much as I can. We're going to start with our hands pointing forwards and our wrists and fingers all the way down on the floor. And we're going to spread them a little bit, and we're going to start with a finger extension roll. So we're going to lift the palm and the heel of the hand, and we're going to put a little pressure on that pinky finger. Then we're going to bring it into the ring finger, then middle finger, then into the index finger, and then we're going to have the thumb down and we're going to roll into the thumb. Set that hand flat and we're going to go to the other side. So we're just going to kind of extend the finger, start with the pinky, then bring it into the ring finger, middle finger, index finger, and then thumb. Switch sides. We're going to do two more, and you can start to make a bit of a roll. So you're going to go into your pinky finger, then start to roll index or ring, middle, index, and then thumb, and then other side. So just a little lift and kind of roll in. And again, we don't want to cause pain or discomfort, so your range of motion might be very small, and that's okay. Good. One more of these. And now we're going to rotate our hands out in a little bit of external rotation from the shoulders. Fingertips are going to point out, and it's okay if they aren't perfectly out to the side. And we're going to very gently start to rock forwards and backwards. Now remember, it's very gentle. We don't want to cause pain or discomfort, just a little bit of a rock forward and backwards. About 3 of those, good, and now we're going to shift our weight side to side. So keep your core braced, weights back in towards your hips. Good, and now we're going to bring the hands back in, palms facing forwards, and now very gently we're going to go forward and backwards. So just a little forward and back, trying to keep the heel and the palm of the hand on the floor. Good. Now the next one, definitely have your weight back into your hips, because we are going to take the backs of the hands to the floor. So when we do this one, you should have enough weight back in your hips that you can just lift your hands off of the floor without having to shift your weight back. So weight is back in your hips. We're going to take our hands in, and we're just going to do very, very gentle forward and backward rocks. Very gentle, very small. Three of those, and then we're going to take it in again just a little bit, and we're going to do side to side. So 6 total, 3 per side. Good. Now bring the hands back in. Set the wrists flat. We're going to have our hands pushing the floor away, shoulders down and back, and we're going to work on where our elbow is pointing. So we're going to rotate the elbow in, and then we're going to rotate it out. So this is a little shoulder work as well, but bring it in and then take it out. Good. One more time. Bring it in and then out. Now we're going to open so that you're trying to have that elbow pointing towards the front. Brace your core, scapular push-up. So we're going to squeeze our shoulders together and then push it away. So we squeeze them together and push. And one more time, squeeze and push. So now we're going to take our right hand, palm up facing forwards. Again, weight is in your hips. Left hand, palm up, but it's going to face out to the side. So we rotate it in. We're going to slide that left hand out, bringing your shoulder down towards the floor. Now we're going to bring it back in and we're going to switch. So the left hand rotates forwards, right hand rotates out. And again, we slide that hand out and we try to get that shoulder towards the floor. Bring it in and switch. And we're going to do 2 more on each side. So rotate out, slide that hand out, shoulder goes to the floor, bring it back in. Remember, our weight is in our heels, back into our hips. Good. One more time. Last one. Bring it back in, and now we're just going to sit back. We're going to do a little shoulder roll, and then we're going to do a little bit of wrist roll. And that is our wrist sequence. You can stop here if you would like. Otherwise, I am going to go through one more time. Again, we're going to do 3 of everything. Might be a little bit of a quicker pace, but if you're thinking that's enough for me today, stop here. Otherwise, we're going to go through one more time. So shoulders over your wrists, we're going to sit our hips back towards our heels, and we're going to start with our finger extensions. So where we just extend, starting with the pinky, and then roll our way to our thumb. And if you are doing this a second time with me, I want you to notice if maybe it feels a little bit easier this time through. Good. Now we're going to rotate those hands out. And again, we start with just our gentle forward and back rock. 3 of these. And now our side to side rock. 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to rotate those hands facing forwards. And again, very gentle forward and back rock. 3, 2, and 1. Get that weight back into your hips. We're taking the wrist to the floor. Very gentle forward and back rocks. On these ones, the forwards might feel easier. The backs might feel more uncomfortable. Good. Now we're going to rotate those hands in. And again, just side to side, tiny, gentle rocks. Good. Hands down on the floor, elbows in and out. So rotate forward and then in. Hands stay on the floor, nice and flat. Out and then in. Good. One more time. Good. Shoulders down and back. We're going to squeeze the shoulders and push for our scapular push-ups. Good. One more time. All right, now we're going to go for our wrist rolls. So hand forward, hand in, slide it out. Bring it back in, rotate, slide it out. So there's also a little bit of core work here. Now you can always put something behind your hips if you need to. You can put a cushion back there. Good. One more time. Take it out. And in. Last one. Take it out. and bring it in. And we're just going to go ahead and sit back, roll the shoulders a bit, give yourself a little bit of a break, circle those wrists. And that is the wrist mobility sequence. I hope that it worked okay and felt okay for you. Remember, everybody is different, so you just need to find that range of motion that works best for you and that feels good. And on this one, definitely don't push it. Check out my other sequences. We have everything ranging from your neck all the way down to your ankles. So I'm sure that I have something that will work for you. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. Have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you in class or watching another video. Bye.